Thank you. This is about somebody who's really dear to me, and she's been suffering with a skin condition last 3 years, and just want to know how can I help?
Well, that's a tough one, because once something has manifested, it's hard not to notice it. And this whole conversation is about ignoring what is and focusing upon what you prefer until what you prefer is more dominant in your vibration, that has more airtime. It's hard not to believe what you're looking right at. And believing something is continuing the vibration of it, and so it's harder to change. Now, sometimes someone can say, here's this salve, and this salve is really wonderful, and as you put this on this skin condition, it will solve your problem. And here are all of these people that is true for, and so then your belief in this changes your vibration, and when you apply that, then you have a desire and now a changed belief, and now you get the results that you want. But when somebody says to you, you've got something that there is no cure for, or you've got something that is very resistant to any cure, so your belief is that it won't go away, your desire is that it goes away, but your belief is that it won't. Now, it could be that you could get your desire amped up enough that you could override a belief, but that's such a tug of war. That will bring you remedy after remedy that doesn't work, and more frustration. And so this is what we want you to hear from us first. Maybe even tell your friend. You cannot get there from there. Now that sounds terrible. That doesn't sound like something that Abraham would even say. You can't get there from there. But hear us. Vibrationally, you cannot get there from there. You can get the remedy that you want, but vibrationally, if you're looking at what is, and what is causing you to offer a vibration, and you're offering a vibration that is your point of attraction, you've got to offer a different vibration. And then that's the obvious question. How do I offer a different vibration when this is such a big part of my experience? How do I feel prosperous when I can't pay my bills? How do I feel prosperous when they took my car away yesterday? How do I feel in love when my lover left or my lover never came? How do you feel what isn't? This is the big question. We don't know. You have to find something that gives you satisfaction where you are. We've written so many books with so many processes, and many of the processes help. They help you shift the way you think about things. But when you have something like this, where you've got this belief that is just holding you in a place that you don't want to be, you have to find a way of suspending that belief, because it is unlikely that you will bridge it. Because the now reality is too evident. It has too much of your attention. It has too much of everybody else's attention. So how do you suspend belief? By suspending all thought. And how do you suspend all thought? By quieting your mind. And how do you quiet your mind? By focusing on something that requires a little thought, but doesn't think about that. Until there's satisfaction in actually getting into the rhythm. Can you hear in this room? Listen. Hear it? That'd be a good thing to focus on if you're meditating, because it's steady, it's boring, but it's evident. It is something you could focus on. It's steady. I can hear it. Did it get louder for you? Now, if you could stay focused on that for about 15 minutes, you would suspend thought. And each time your mind wanders, and it will, go back to that sound or whatever you've chosen. You will suspend thought. And when you suspend thought, you will change your attraction of that belief. And you will feel different. On the first day, maybe not really different. On the second day, maybe not so different. But by the third or fourth or fifth day, once you achieve that, you have suspended thought, now you're in a place where you're in the receiving mode. And something will occur to you. Something will occur to you. Now you kind of like it, don't you? Don't you sort of want to go to that place where any static is sort of softened where you come into the wholeness of who you are. Now, you're impatient because you want it to be a big thought. So often when you meditate, you're waiting for divine intervention. You're asking for enlightenment. You want the clear path to where I go. I'm going to meditate and I'm going to know what to do and where to go and how to find it. No, you're just going to get ready for that. You're just going to get ready. To be ready. And it won't be long before you'll be moving along, ready to be ready. That won't be on your mind, and something will occur that will lead you right to the results that you want, because there isn't anything that cannot be resolved. There isn't anything that cannot turn to what you want it to be. You just have to trust. We know that's not so easy. That's what faith is in the religious sense. That's what they mean. Have faith in the vortex and a willingness to put yourself in a place where you're receiving, and then just let life come. Let life come and respond. Then meditate, then let life come and respond. Then meditate, then let life come and respond. Then meditate, then let life come and respond. Then meditate, and then let life come and respond. Then meditate, then let life come. Know what you don't want, put something else in the vortex. Now it's better than ever before. Now meditate, then let life come. Then throw something else in the vortex, then meditate. It won't be long before you'll have your hands in this clay. You will welcome contrast that lets you know that you want something, because you'll have no doubt that now that you want it, it's alive and well, and you're on your way to it. And isn't it going to be fun? Because adventure is what you want, as long as you can be certain that you will have satisfaction in the adventure. And it is our promise to you that you will. Helpful? So what do you say to your friend? Don't think about it. Well, she's not going to be able to not think about it. You got to give her the whole story here. You got to give her the whole story.
I do. I really believe in this.
That's the thing that's so interesting about watching people want to talk about law of attraction, and they want to leave out your connection to your guidance system. Well, if you leave out your connection to your guidance system, then you're leaving out vibration. And if you're leaving out vibration, how could you ever understand attraction? When you set your radio dial for 101, you're not going to hear what's being broadcast on 98.7. In other words, the frequencies have to match up, and this is the way you line up your frequencies. Really good, really good. Yeah? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm being a little greedy. I have another question. So I've been in a really good place, and this has really been working, and I've been trying to clear and clean my vibrations and have had a lot of manifestations thanks to that. And so I'm understanding all this a little better. I don't really know how to, I'm lost now. I had a question, but it's gone. So basically I'm in a good place, and I just want to know, am I on the right track in regards to meeting somebody?
The reason that you got lost in the question is because in the middle of it you realized that you were asking us to be your guidance system instead of realizing that you've got one. Think about it. So let's say you live life and you get this really big question, and then you find somebody that you think has the answer, and so you ask your really big question to this person who has this really big answer, but you can't hear it. And the reason you can't hear the answer to a really big question or the solution to a really big problem is if the problem or the question are dominant, then you're not in the receiving mode of the answer. The vibration of the question and the vibration of the answer are very different frequencies. And the difference between a problem and a solution, very different frequencies. And so you can't get there from there. Isn't that interesting? And so you save up your questions and you save up your questions and you're ready to ask them, but unless you're in the receiving mode, nothing makes sense anyway. You are in a position now where you are more likely to receive than you've ever been before, because we've appealed to your logic and we've explained the laws of the universe, and you've come along in this way that you are understanding that it is a vibrational world, and you understand your emotions. We don't want to replace your guidance system with our answers to your questions. We want your life experience to answer your desires. We want you to be ready for what you're ready for, and to be happy that you're ready for what you're ready for, and to accept that what you're ready for is enough. You're not ready for all of this, but you're ready for that. That's enough. And you know why it's enough? It's got to be, because you can't get anything more than you're ready for. So you've got to make what you're ready for enough. It has to be all right. It has to be enough. So your friend says, "Did you get it yet?" I'm so happy. No, I asked, "Did you get it yet?" I'm just feeling so good about it. "Did you get it?" I feel really good. I'm really on the path. Oh, you're still on the path. No, I'm really on the path. How do you know? Because I feel so good. I feel so good. I feel exhilarated. I've got a lot of energy. I wake up. I want to go. Things are good for me. Things are good for me anyway. When you can say and mean things are good for me anyway, without the manifestation, oh, the manifestation's a sure thing. But if things aren't good because I don't have the manifestation, you're stuck. You're stuck for as long as things are not good until you have the manifestation.
I say that a lot of times. I feel like that. And then a lot of times the response that I get from people is like, what are you talking about? You're in your own bubble. You're in your own zone. I like staying in that zone, though. It's a good place.
Well, the nice thing is when your relationship with your own inner being is what's dominant, and you don't let your relationship with other people be what's dominant. Sometimes, in fact, we could say this is true of all of you. To some degree or another, some of you more than others, and you're going to recognize it as we say it. Because you are born uplifters. So often, when you're interacting with someone and sensitive to how they feel, or even you think you know what they think, but you're sensitive to how they feel, you keep getting an impulse to satisfy their desire before your own. Think about it. So you're scrambling around trying to do what you think they, like someone invites you to dinner and you've had a really busy day and you really just want to stay in, but you've said no the last couple of times and you don't want them to get their feeling hurt, and so you're more sensitive to what they may feel than about doing what's best for you. Have you ever had that experience? So you're not paying attention to your own guidance and you're not being true to yourself. You're being true to what you think they want. But the thing that's tricky about that is you really don't know what anybody else wants. And so you get all scrambled and then you feel resentful about the demands they make on you. And you know, the majority of what you are calling the demands that others are making on you, they're not making demands on you. You're just more sensitive to their impulse than you are your own. That was a big piece right there. But when you're ready to be ready to be ready to be ready, when you're really tuned in and you're following the impulse that is best for you, only when you follow the impulse that is best for you do you stay in alignment. And when you stay in alignment, then you allow that momentum to get more. And before you know it, you're sweeping up all kinds of people with you that are ready to be ready. And you're having a lot of fun with a lot of people. And you're not feeling any resentful about setting your own desires aside while you're trying your best to do something that you can't do, which is fulfill the desires of others. Sometimes in your attempt to be really agreeable to others, you teach them away from their own guidance system. You teach them that if they pout, you'll do what they want. And so then they never learn how to be satisfied until they get everything that they want in terms of manifestation. Isn't that interesting? When you believe that you have to get what you want, if you teach that to your children, that if you pout, if out here in the manifestation you do something that affects the way someone else responds, then you're teaching them against the way the universe actually works. And you are making them attractive co-creative partners with people that operate out of need and out of service and out of responsibility rather than out of love and out of alignment and out of inspiration and impulse. You see what we're getting at? Does that make sense to you? It's so fun, isn't it? Isn't it fun to feel your emotions, and isn't it fun to feel them improve, and isn't it fun to feel a powerful positive emotion, and isn't it delicious to watch what that brings next? You don't quite know it yet, but you will after you meditate a little bit. You'll know. Once you get that first powerful impulse and you watch where it leads, you'll understand the power of a neutral thought as compared to the power of a contradicted thought. You'll feel true leverage come. You'll feel the advantage of a small thought, meaning not much momentum, and a big thought with a lot of momentum. A big thought with a lot of momentum causes a lot of bluster, it causes a lot of movement, it causes a lot of action, and it causes a big mess, and it doesn't get anybody closer to what they want. A small thought with no resistance will become a bigger one and a bigger thought with no resistance, and a bigger one, and a bigger one with no resistance, and a bigger one, until there is a movement of pure positive energy, until amazing things are happening around you. That's just how it works.